I don't know. You don't make free throws and you don't make threes. you know, it's tough. I don't know. He said our shot quality was in the 91st percentile, so I take that for what you want. I'll look at the film. Um, you know, um, love we. I felt like we're getting to the rim. We're getting there and getting to the free throw line. We'd obviously, you know, I don't want to blame it on missed shots, but they, you know, I didn't really feel like we were in the game until the third quarter when Nae'Qwan and CP kind of helped us. I think we cut it to 4, um, but the rest of the game they kind of dominated us. I'd say they really mucked the game up. They play off shooters and leave their bigs at the rim. And you gotta make them pay. When they sit in the paint on you, we didn't really make them pay.
And then early in the game, you subbed out Donovan and Evan together in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It's not something you had been doing. What led you to that decision?
Just looking at guys' stints, Dre too. I wanted to get Dre with that second unit a little more, get him going because I feel like in the first unit he's not getting as many looks, so that was part of it. Shortening Evan's stints a little. I felt like I've been playing him like 12-minute stints, it was a little bit that, and we without Darius we got to learn to survive a little bit without him. So I wanted to see what that looked like.
Ken, you guys came into tonight's game 26 in the NBA in free throw percentage. You guys did shot 20 of 32. You guys keep getting into these late game situations where it's 10 points, 8 points. How difficult is it to know that free throws could be?
Man, you got to make your free throws, especially like you say, Ethan. It's great, like fourth quarter, end of game, it's tough. It's such an important part of the game, especially when you get 32 attempts. You gotta knock them down. So, we haven't been good since preseason, really, shooting free throws. We practice them, and like everybody does, and it'll turn though. It'll turn. We got good free throw shooters. And Darius obviously is like mid-80s, so that's another guy. Max, good free throw shooter. So we're just not making them right now, and it's hurting us.
You guys, obviously, this game kind of looked like two different philosophies. They like to play confrontational basketball. You guys like to play free-flowing basketball. Kind of indicative of the playoffs as well. What do you think about how your philosophy can work?
Well, they, how should I say, they enforced their identity when we did, and that's what this league comes down to. You have your identity, and you got to go with it. And it's the third time they beat us, 3 in a row. So they've done a better job. I think they had 19 offensive rebounds. So yeah, credit to them. Heck of a team, contender. Tonight we couldn't stand toe to toe with them. Just wasn't there.
Mark, Coach Nae'Qwan made his first start of the season. How would you take his minutes, including a little scuffle there with Jabbar?
Yeah, I loved him and CP. I mean, those guys, they're not afraid. Even Nae'Qwan had that corner three, which I think we cut it. Cut the lead down, and he just fired. I love that. Like we said, well, he missed it, but I loved his energy tonight, his feistiness. You're hoping like we discovered, a real gem here. I mean, he's really showing some things, and with his length and athleticism, and he's tough as nails. He's not backing down from anybody. Crazy competitive. So.
And then back to the free throws real quick. But Evan's one of the guys who struggled from the charity stripe this year. Do you notice anything mechanically different?
I don't know, Mike. I know, Mike. I haven't looked at it. I mean, maybe I should look at it, right? But I usually these things are confidence, and he's probably lost some confidence. And guys go through it, they go through these slumps, and he's a good free throw shooter. He'll come back. I just think probably a mental thing, a little bit of confidence lost.
Me. Coach, coming into this year, or coming into this game, Houston was number 1 in rebounds per game. You guys are 17th. Is there a big concern with the rebounding aspect?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, we got to rebound the ball better. You know, that's obviously their strength. I mean, you look at their offensive numbers, right? It's pretty like not, you know what, 9 for 24 from three, 46%. You know, field goals per field goal attempt, and then 19 offensive rebounds. So they're, you know, that's a huge, biggest part of their offense, and so that's their. We're not built that way, obviously. So, you know, I felt like last year in the playoffs we did a pretty good job. Best team in the playoffs in the possession game, so we can do it. Just got to, you know, focus in on it a little more, and we obviously hit the team on it tonight. But they hammered us. I'm a little disappointed. We missed a lot of shots tonight, but we're not getting the offensive boards. You know, we got some there at the end, but you know, too little, too late.
Spence.
Donovan only had, I think, 7 shots going into the fourth quarter. Were they doing anything defensively?
Blitzed them.
Okay.
Blitzed them. You know, they're smart. You know, they know we got some guys out. And he's not going to beat us. Let the other guys beat us. Good game plan.